Best time to visit Puerto Vallarta? That's a great question. And in this video, I'm going to answer that. So stay tuned. In this video, I'm going to cover 4 time periods for the whole year. So if you're interested in a certain month or time, just scroll down in the description and go to the time code indicating that time period that you're looking at. So I'm going to first start with April and May. April and May are good months. First of all, because there's less tourists and things are a little bit more cheaper. Because it's not the high season no more. The high season just ended, so you're likely to find cheaper deals on hotels, maybe flights. Summer hasn't really started yet, so this is a good period of time if you're looking for a good deal. Weather-wise, April and May start getting a bit warmer. Right now it's about 85 degrees or so. It's not the hottest months, but it's still pretty good. In the morning and in the afternoon, you'll be able to enjoy good weather, about 75 or so. Another thing to note about April and May is that it is starting to get a little bit drier, just because it has not rained in a while. As you can see in my background, it's still a little bit green. Yes, but it's not as green as it will be in the following months. But, you know, that it still looks beautiful. Puerto Vallarta still looks beautiful, but just take into consideration it will be a little bit drier if you come these months. Overall, I would say April and May are good times to visit Puerto Vallarta. Now, the temperature in the ocean, it is a bit chilly, but I wouldn't say unbearable. And especially with the weather warming up, it'll feel real nice. So don't think the water is going to be extremely cold. We are in the Pacific side, but it never gets extremely cold. Here, it is a little bit cooler than probably what you would expect, but nothing crazy and unbearable. And in these months, you know, the weather does start to warm up, so it will be nice weather to be in the water. Secondly, I'm going to cover June and July, the summer months. So as you can imagine, summer is crazy busy everywhere around the world, and it is also here in Puerto Vallarta, just because everybody's out on vacation, kids are out of school. So there is going to be a lot of tourism those 2 months here. Since June and July are high season everywhere for traveling, you can expect higher prices for your flights. It'll probably be less likely for you to find a good deal on your flight. Hotels are average. I wouldn't say they change much. Expect a lot of tourists in the summer. It's also the hottest months. High temperatures here in Puerto Vallarta can go anywhere from like 95 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know how much that is in Celsius, but about 95 degrees, 90, 95. So it does get pretty hot. The thing about Puerto Vallarta is that it will get very hot during the day, but in the afternoon and in the morning, it's very nice weather, like mid-70s. It's always like that here in Puerto Vallarta. Coming from Houston, in Houston, our summers are extremely hot since the morning until like 10 p.m. That's not how it is going to be here in Puerto Vallarta, but it is going to be hot. So be prepared, especially if you're walking and you're going to be doing activities where you're walking a lot. It's going to be hot in June and July. Another thing to note about the hot weather is that it's going to be the best time for you to go into the water. I mean, to me, I would recommend you can swim in the beaches in Puerto Vallarta year-round. But of course, to some people, especially to the locals here, they love to go to the beach in the summer because it's hot. And, you know, when you're hot, you just want to get in the water. The water temperature in the water, summer months, is going to be perfect. It's not going to be too hot. It's not going to be cold or anything like that. It's going to be great. So if you're looking for any water activities, snorkeling, scuba diving, swimming, summer months are the best for that. Now, take into account, starting June, it will start to rain once in a while. You'll find some scattered rains June, more July. It's nothing crazy. Don't worry about it. It might start raining in the afternoon for a little bit, but it shouldn't bother your activities or disrupt your activities. So third thing I want to cover is August through October. So August, September, and October is the low season here in Puerto Vallarta, and that's basically because that's our rainy season, that's our hurricane season. And well, not a lot of people like to travel in those months, plus all the kids have gone back to school. So yes, travel is very slow. This is the slow season, what they call the slow season here in Puerto Vallarta. This is when you can get the cheapest deals on your flights, cheapest deals on hotels or Airbnbs, and on even activities or tours. Let me tell you a little bit about the rainy season here in Puerto Vallarta. Well, coming from Houston, where our rainy season, it can rain all day long for like days on end till it floods. Well, here our rainy season does mean that it probably will be raining every single day. However, the rain starts in the afternoon till like late night. That's when it starts. It's very rare if it rains during the day, and if it rains even like longer than like an hour or two. Another thing to mention about the rain here is that since it does rain a lot and we have mountains, there are a lot of mudslides. This will only affect you if you are renting a vehicle and you're going to be driving around. Just be cautious about that, because the streets, some streets in Puerto Vallarta will flood easily. The water will rise high, but once the rain stops, they'll come down. But you don't want to be stuck in driving in those roads if it's raining, or if it starts raining real late at night and you are staying in like Mismaloya, Boca de Tomatlan, any of that area already like by the mountain, Conchas Chinas. It gets dangerous. The road gets dangerous, and there are mudslides. So just be cautious of that. Also, due to the rain, like you would expect, there's gonna be a lot of bugs, a lot of mosquitoes, a lot of bugs that come with the rain. Just be prepared for that. I mean, bugs are here all the time, but especially in the rainy season. So just beware of that. The temperature in the rainy season, well, once it starts raining, it will cool down a bit from the summer months. However, it will be more humid because of the rain. So you can expect any temperature between mid 80s to 80. If it rains a lot, continuously, it can get to the mid 70s sometimes, but there will be humidity. So that's pretty much the weather those months. So now to cover the last months, which are November through March. For me personally, these are my favorite months to come. Well, never mind. I live here all year round. So if somebody asks me when is the best time to visit Puerto Vallarta, obviously I'm going to tell you in the winter months, which covers November through March. And this is the high season here in Puerto Vallarta. So what does that mean? High season means basically this is when all the tourists come and stay here, especially all the people from Canada and the United States and everywhere that it is cold. For the locals here, it is winter. But I mean, it doesn't get that cold. But yes, one of the things I personally love of this time period here in Puerto Vallarta is the way nicer weather. You can enjoy amazing weather here. The rain has stopped, so the rain makes everything green, as you can imagine. So it looks amazing here in Puerto Vallarta. It's the best time to come, in my opinion, because it looks beautiful. It's like you're in the jungle. It reminds me of Costa Rica, and it's amazing. If you love to see the greenish, lush mountains, this is the best time to come. Also, since the rain has stopped, the water gets more clear. The rivers, when it rains, the rivers bring down all the mountain mud and everything, and then that comes and hits the ocean. So it might not be the clearest looking water. It might look a little dirty, but that is the only reason why it's looks like that, like a little brownish or not as clear and beautiful, because of the rain. So once the rain stops, the beaches clear up too, and they look amazing. They look real pretty. They also look pretty in the summer and the other months, but in November, starting November, the beaches look real pretty. The weather is nice, like I said. Especially around January, December, January, it'll probably be the coolest months here, which means you'll probably be mid 70s during the day, and the coldest it will get is maybe 55 Fahrenheit. Due to the high season in November through March, you are gonna probably find, you know, higher prices on hotels, Airbnbs, the tours, all that's gonna be a little bit higher. Flights, well, it just depends, you know, obviously if you're trying to come like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, you know, all those, it's like expensive anywhere. The humpback whales start coming about mid-November or so, and they last till about mid-March. So if you're really looking forward to doing that and being able to see that, these are the months to come. So yes, there's a lot of great activities to do in the winter months. There's the whale watching season, amazing weather. So that's pretty much it. I covered the whole year and all the months. If you have any other questions or suggestions, or you want to add when you like better to visit Puerto Vallarta, just leave it down on the comments below. And if you found value in this video, appreciate if you liked the video and you subscribe for all things Vallarta. Thanks for watching.